Hi there, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to take you through chain rule using the tree diagram. Okay, so this is a tree diagram approach to chain rule and it's very reliable method. Okay, in our previous lessons, we've dealt with the chain rule case 1, case 2, and also other problems. So if this is the first time being on this channel, kindly subscribe to support and please watch this video to the end. So let's see, what is tree diagram? So we just want to make a structure look like a tree with branches, right? So assuming I have a function of, let's say, three variable x, y, and z, okay, and each of x and if each of x, y, z, right, has a function, let's say, g of, let's say, p. So let me make it, yeah, g of p. Then y is equal to, let's say, h of p. Then z is equal to, let's say, I of p. What the chain rule is saying is that you simply have to write your function f as the tip of your tree. Then you ask yourself, what are the variables of x? There are three, right? The variables become the branches, first branches, okay? So I have x and I have y, then I have what? Z. Then within x, y, and z, I can still have another branch, right? I have what? P, right? So I can even add r to it. I can make it p. So you simply write what? P. Simply write P, simply write what? P. Alright. So if you want to find your partial derivatives or if you want to find the f over the p, what you're going to do is from the tree diagram, without you being asked anything, as you are drawing the tree diagram, once you write your f, you write your what? Variables x, y, and z. Okay. Then after your x contains p, p, p. The next thing to do is from f to x, what do? You write the f on the x. From x to p, you write the x on the p. From f to the f on the y. From y to the y on the p. The same thing for this. From f to z is the f on the z. From z to p is the z over the p. So if you want to find the f over the p, what do? You need to take this branch to the p, okay? If you want to find the f on the p, you also have to take another branch to this and finally to this. So totally you can say that the f over the p is equal to, taking the first branch, you're going to have what? The f on the x multiplied by the x on the p. That's for the first branch, this branch. Now for the middle branch, I'll have plus, you see we add each branch, the f on the y times the y on the p. Then finally my last branch, the f on the z times the z on the p. And that gives us our chain rule, as simple as that. So the tree method is a very reliable method. If as a beginner, you just have to take this method so that you always get your questions right. So let's solve what we have here and let's see. So let me plane my tree diagram here. So I plane this. So I have two problems that we're going to solve here. So the first one is the W over the T. So that's what you are finding. dW over the T. Okay. The W over the T. That is what you are first finding here. Okay, so let's see. So find A. Let me write A. We want to find the W on the T for W, which is equal to a function of three variables x, y, and z, right? Where x is equal to g1 of t, y is equal to g2 of t, and z is equal to g3 of t. And as I told you, for this tree diagram, we are interested in the variables, okay? The variables within the argument of each function. So here is a function which is called w, right? You simply write w. This is the head function, okay? The w has three variables, so you just create three branches. And this one will be what? X, this one will be what? Y, this one will be what? Z, right? So once I have these three variables, my X and Y and Z also have a variable within their argument. So they will also come as T, also come as T, also come as what? T. So at this point, moving from W to X, you write the W over the X. From X to T, you write the X on the T. Likewise, the W over the Y on the T. Then this is what? The W over the Z. This is the Z over the T. Once you get this, we come down. What is our dw over the T? This is the sum of what? Each branches. So the first branch, I'm having dw over the X multiplied by the X over the T. I'm simply multiplying this and this. So plus dw over the Y multiplying the Y over the T, right? Plus the W over the Z multiplying the Z on the T. And this is what we are expected to do in this problem. Let's quickly take the second part of the question, the B part, right? So we have to find the W over what? The R, right? Yeah, the W on the R. So let me give you the function from my side. This is equal to the function W is given as f of x, y, and z, okay? Then x is equal to g1 of s, t, and r. Y is equal to g2 of s, t, and r. And finally, z is equal to g3 of s, t, and r. So with this, you start as usual, you write your head function. How many variables? S is three variables, x, y, z. So you simply expand it. X comes as y, then it comes as z, right? Once you get your x, y, z, your x has how many variables? Three. So to also come as it will split like that, and like that. Okay. So in order not to interfere in the for the y, we simply have to split this like this, like this. Okay. So this becomes what? S T R, like that, like that, like that. S T R. This will also go here. S T R. So this is why we say it's a tree diagram. Okay, it keeps on expanding its branches, creating a tree-like diagram here. So from W to X is what? The W on the S. From X to S is the X on the S. X to T is the X on the T. X to R is the X on the R. W to Y is what? The W over the Y. Y to X is the Y over the S. Y to T is the Y over the T. Then the Y over the R. Then W to this is the W over the Z. The Z to the R. The Z to the T. And the Z to the S. Once you have this, the question is asking us to find the W over the R only. So what's the part? I'll move from W to X. Once I reach X, I'll only take this branch, okay? So let me use my highlighter to show you. I'll move from this branch. So I'll move from this branch, then I'll pass here. When I reach X, I'll pass through X to R, okay? So I'll move from W also to Y. So once I reach Y, I'll move straight towards my R. Likewise, W towards Z. Then from Z, I'll move straight towards R. Okay. So once I do this, I'll know how I'll multiply. So the W over the R is simply equal to the W, this one over the S. So this, then when I come down here, I'm moving from the S, so times the X over out. So it's W over the X, here is the X over the R. So this is X plus, coming in the middle side, I'm having the W over the Y times the Y on the R plus the W on the Z times the Z on the R. And that is all for this video. Thank you for being with me in this video. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and